In this episode, I want us to talk about Sandiso Ntanzi, Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi. In the Sandiso Ntanzi trial, we need to visit Ntanzi there. So today we are there doing exactly that. So in this episode, we'll talk about things. We'll talk about Ntanzi. We'll profile Ntanzi and so interesting, right? Yeah. Full names: Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi. He's 29 years of age. Obviously, he's got 2 children. Married, we know that he was preparing to get married when this whole saga happened. That's what I want you to know. So he's then accused number 2 in the Sandiso Ntanzi trial. So he's among the 5 people who were charged with the. He's among the 5 people who were charged with the matter of Sandiso Ntanzi, the former former Orlando Pirates and Bafana captain, goalkeeper who was shot and killed in 2026. On the 26th of October 2024 at his girlfriend, Kelly Kumalo's girlfriend. Kelly Kumalo was a girlfriend. They were there somewhere in Fosloras. You know that story? So we've been repeating that same thing time and again. Now, if we then say, okay, what is Bongani Ntanzi's involvement in the Sandiso Ntanzi trial or in the Sandiso Ntanzi case? We then were told that he was arrested in June 2022. He was then taken to custody. Then we were told about the fact that the controversies around him. The state claims that Ntanzi confessed to being involved in the matter, but his defense argues that the confession was obtained under duress through alleged he was electrocuted and all sort of things like that. Then coerced. We know for a fact it has been the argument from the defense. They've argued that we have listened to the confession itself. We don't believe the confession. We all know that. Also, it is a fact that the judge ruled. He called it a ruling or judgment, whatever he called it, but he made it look like it's temporal. So temporarily, the judgment against Ntanzi is that the confession will stand. So we all know the implication of that happening if the confession does stand. We'll talk about that later on. But for now, I would like us to start here. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the super thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying? We'll bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. Okay, let's proceed again. So speaking about the confession, he was denied bail, right? We'll come back to the confession. It says that he failed to prove exceptional circumstances for him to be released. So I do remember when Judge Ratamokhwatleng took over, he said that they are allowed to apply for bail, but not under his court. Yena is going to strictly deal with the trial. He's not going to handle the bail proceeding. If they want to do so, they will do it in a different court. We all know that they didn't do that. They just focused on the case. It was then said that Ntanzi was found with cell phone in custody. We'll come back to the confession, don't worry. We all know, again, that even that to say he was he had the cell phone We also asked questions about the cell phone. If you do remember, we interrogated that. The confession, it's something very interesting, I mean. Ntanzi has denied any personal acquaintance with singer Kelly Khumalo, at whose residence Mayiwa was fatally shot. This denial is significant as it pertains to the event leading up to the case. So, okay, let's address the issue of confession. We were told that he confessed. We then said, okay, if he confessed, fine, we get it. We then look at the confession itself. You remember that according to the confession coming from Ntanzi, right? He confessed it was him, accused number 1, accused number 2, accused number 3, accused number 4, accused number 5. All of them were in that scene. He then placed them as per the confession. Do you remember that? While we were listening to his confession, there comes accused number 1, remove some of these people, and then place Marco and Makimbi in the very same thing. And then you say, wait a minute. Kahle, who was there in the commission of this offense? Because if both of them freely and voluntarily confessed, then their confession must somehow make sense. But at this particular juncture, the confession does not make sense because this one confessed and said something completely different, and the other one confessed and said something completely different. Does it even make sense to even talk about that confession? Will that confession stand? But the judge, remember what he said. Let's pause it right there and proceed. Ntanzi, then it was said that Ntanzi was allegedly a firearm dealer supplying weapons to Inkhabis and KwaZulu-Natal and Marikana in the lead up to the taking of Senzo Mayiwa's life. Do you still remember that? And with that as well, we spoke about it, and I said to you guys, it doesn't make sense because if you will come to me and say he was involved in that type of a business, and then it's fine. You will have to convince me then that he had money, all right? Because it appears like it was a lucrative business. So Ntanzi was working, had a 9-to-5 job, 8-to-5 job, 7-to-5 job. What does it feel in South Africa? Because this 9-to-5, we got it from America. But in South Africa, is it 8-to-5 or 8-to-4? What is it? Let's leave it there. We'll talk about it. Then we said, okay, he was working. He had a normal job. Then he supplies firearms. At the same time, he's involved in taking people's life. Ntanzi must have been a businessman, eh? He must have money, right? Multiple streams of income. Personified, right? But it doesn't make sense according to me. Nonetheless, it probably makes sense according to Abokinida. Let's leave it here. The confession, let's leave this one. Oh, one of the things that also was reported is that they will cover him with plastic, forcing him to confess. Yeah, I'm just looking at some of the things that I thought it was important to cover. So yeah, with Bongani Ntanzi, I wanted us to go back a bit and remember that it becomes important as we are now going towards the finalization of this case. The case will begin. I remember somebody asked me and I answered that question. The case in the Senzo Mayiwa trial will resume on, what's this date? Give me the date. 14th of April 2025. That's just a month from now, because today is the 17th. So it's about less than a month with just few days. But yeah, let's just call it a month, you know what I'm saying, from now. The case will start. And we were promised that when the case resumes, this time it will be permanently running until the end of it, not unless something happens and that distracts the case. Nonetheless, we're not there. So I'm saying everything that I just shared with you, it becomes important, especially when you look at the case and you anticipate all of those things. It becomes important because whatever we're sharing here, we will be talking about it in the sense in the actual trial, in the actual Senzo Mayiwa trial, right? But if you were to ask me, do I believe that Bongani Ntanzi is as guilty as they want to portray him? No, I don't. What do you believe then? What do you believe, Bongani? I will tell you that I don't believe that this guy is guilty. I don't believe that this guy committed this offense. I do believe that the guy was electrocuted, forced into confession. I do believe all of that. Nonetheless, I'll see you guys on the next episode. But until then, please take care.